Hi, I'm Heather and welcome back to Regenerate Fitness. This is a client file for Paul. This is the end of our first week with Paul's program, and I'm happy to report he's already lost 4 pounds. He's doing a fantastic job staying on track with his nutrition program as well as the exercise program. So fantastic job, Paul. Keep it up. Today's focus though is going to be on flexibility or mobility. Really important with Paul to continue working on flexibility as he needs a full range of motion with his running. So he hasn't made that a part of his plan in the past, which has led to injuries. What happens when muscles become shortened is that they tend to be overactive and inhibit other muscles. The end result is always injury. So Paul has had some kind of nagging injuries along the way. Luckily, nothing too serious. So we want to keep on top of that as he adds the speed to the workout. Those things can come forward. So we definitely want to keep on top of flexibility so that he's balanced. It's important for those of you out there that may spend a lot of time in a seated position to pay attention to this too. Same as with a runner, in a seated position, you are shortening up the hip flexors and the hamstrings along the back. That can play a lot of, can cause a lot of trouble with regards to low back strength and as well as glute strength. So those things are really important for a good, strong, healthy back and strong abdominals. So let's go and take a look at the assessment that we did with Paul. Then I'm going to show you a stretch that's going to help with that, and then we'll go back and reassess to make sure that that stretch did the work that we needed it to do. So here is Paul. Hello, Paul. This is normally an assisted assessment that I would do, but today I am the videographer. So Paul, I'm going to have you do the work yourself. I just need you to lay back on the bench, please. And I'm just going to zoom in here. As I mentioned, we're looking at the hip flexors. So Paul, I'm going to have you grab a hold of your right knee and just pull it in towards your chest. And everybody, look what happens with Paul's left leg as he does this. Can you drop the leg and do that again, Paul? So as soon as that right leg comes forward, the left comes with it. That's because the hip flexors are so tight, they're not allowing him to lengthen out there. Paul, can you do the other side for me? Just give me a second to come around you. And again, you can see that that right one's going along with the left too. Not quite as bad as the other side, which is interesting. Thank you, Paul. So here's a stretch that you can easily do at home to help to improve your hip flexor tightness. So with Paul, I'm going to have Paul work on the right side. So the left leg is going to lunge forward from a kneeling position. He wants to keep a tall upper body, so chest is always forward. He's going to use his hands to press back on his knee, and he's going to squeeze his glutes to drive the hip forward. Now, something you want to be very aware of is to ensure that you're bringing that hip forward as well. So immediately when you go into this lunging position, you tend to open up to the side, and we want to close that off. So Paul, bring your hip forward. There. So again, squeezing the glutes to drive forward, and you should feel that stretch right between here and here. You never want to go to a point where there's pain. You just want to breathe into the stretch and feel that it's starting to lengthen. This stretch you should hold for about 45 seconds on each side and do it twice. Okay, so Paul has just finished that stretch we showed you. He's done 45 seconds on each side 2 times. So as with anything, we've assessed it, we've done the mobility training we need to do, and now we need to reassess to make sure that it's working. So Paul, I'm just going to have you lie back again and do the assessment that we did in the beginning. So you'll remember that the left side was a little bit worse than the right, so let's take a look at that one. And you'll see Paul's able to pull that leg in towards his chest without the left leg lifting. So that's great. Other side? Perfect. Nice work.